under both legitimate and illegitimate terrorism. Legitimate terrorism is their police and their army and their road safety corps and every idiotic agency that carries a gun. The illegitimate ones are the ones they are funding. I told you people that the Fulanis are the ones who are funding terrorists. They are the ones who are in charge of the government. And all of you, you know what to do. All of you collectively, you know what to do. Now you understand the power of protest. Because it has nothing to do with the tampering with the integrity of Nigeria. That is why they can allow it to happen. Relatively, of course, they have shot some people dead. But that's why they can allow it to happen. Talk about endangering their business interest, which is the Zoological Republic. You will see them, they will come out and force. They will mobilize their tanks, everything. They will shoot and kill and nothing will happen. Hypocrisy. Using black people against black people. That is why some idiots are jumping up and down in America saying they want to vote Democrats, they want to vote. The same Biden that said he doesn't want his children to go to the same school as black kids. People are foolish. People are so foolish. These black people, you people are so dumb. It's untrue. It is untrue. Who saved you from slavery? Republicans saved you from slavery. Against who? Against Democrats that were holding you as slaves in the South. True or false? I'm asking black. Every time I am moved in the spirit to preach this black stupidity. Every time I want to preach something else, Elohim will say to me, will minister to me and say, you must preach because there lies the problem of a black man. They do not reason very well. They don't think properly. Keep hammering on it every blessed day. That is why I preach this gospel the way I do. That some of them may acquire some common sense, and I'm sure as this very pastor have boldly preached in his church, so too will other people. And some of you are wondering this evening in the Zoological Republic, why was it that all of a sudden SARS have been banned? Because I'll read the statement in a short while. I will give you the reasons why. They love traveling. All their monies are abroad. All the monies that they have stolen, they are abroad. All of you following and praising people who are looters, the money they have stolen is abroad and you're supporting them. Black people are dumb, I'm telling you the truth. It's unbelievable. People who cannot reason very well. Idiots come out and they say, but all these years, what have you been able to do? All these years, what have you done? Nothing. It was IPOB that made it possible for Obama to come out and to campaign for one Nigeria because we are putting them under pressure. But because you are black and you're dumb, you're very foolish, you're like a monkey hanging from a tree somewhere in the Serengeti. Your brain cannot even dissect what Obama is saying. You cannot ask yourself, why would the US president say that to keep Nigeria one is the tax that must be done? Who is threatening that one Nigeria if it's not IPOB and Biafra agitation? Until Obama comes out and says, I'm getting a lot of pressure from Biafran people, from IPOB. They want to have their own independent homeland, but I disagree with them. I want Nigeria to be one. That is how foolish you are. With your useless degree, you still have no brain. You cannot put two and two together. That's how foolish some of you are. I must preach the gospel. Let me tell you why the IG of police earlier this evening said they have banned SARS, if at all they have. Now listen, US, UK, EU urged to place visa ban on IG of police, the DIG, AIG, over Nigeria SARS brutality. Once this very group started to press for visa ban, as it happened in Edo State, result immediately. You can see the result immediately. They have banned SARS because they all want to travel. Look at it, it's under elections, where there was no threat from US embassy and all the other embassies threatening visa ban. They have rigged it as usual. Because the eyes of everybody is no longer there. It is on SARS. End SARS now. Have you seen it? It is not because of your demonstration. They ended it because they are afraid of visa ban from the US, the UK, the EU, and others. They were asked to stop the IG of police who shouldn't be in office, a Fulani man, a murderer, people with a janjaweed, the fulonization agenda. That is the only thing that matters to them. You can't stop them from traveling abroad. You can't. That was why. And I'm going to give you exactly, or should I say precisely, what happened earlier this evening. I'm going to read a press release from the IG of Police Office. And then, of course, we will try and we should be circumspect about this because it has happened 4 times before. You see the same SARS now they are banning. They have banned it 4 times before. If you don't know, and I'll prove it to you tonight. They have banned it before. To tell you that there is something dishonest at the heart, at the darkened heart of the zoo of Nigeria. There is something almost poisonously evil about them. They can never speak the truth. Always lying and deceiving you. Because they know that all the years you've spent in kindergarten, in primary school, in secondary school, in university and all the rest of it, in colleges, you've been trained to remember, not to think. All you do is you remember. You can quote laws of the past. You are not innovative enough to think on your feet. They know that very well. The white man that is today colonizing you, because anybody who tells me that any country in Africa is free, I will put my 2 fingers in the person's eye because you are foolish. We are being controlled by external forces because Africans have refused to reason. And here this evening again is a confirmation of that. Press release. IGP, that's Inspector General of Police, a Fulani man, dissolves the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, SARS, and places other measures to protect the citizens. Since when did they start protecting them? Since people started asking for visa ban for the IG of Police and every other person involved in the clampdown against people who are protesting. Only that time. That is the only reason why. But let us go through what they have said. They said, in the finest spirit of democratic, citizen-centered and community policing, since when did you become democratic? The election that you rig every blessed day. Every blessed day. That Abora Awosa, the senator for, I don't know if it's Imo North or Central or heaven knows where, Okorocha, INEC came out and said, this man did not win, will not give me a certificate, yet he was called to come to Senate. The same elections that you rig, the same people that go about killing and harvesting organs and selling to Indian hospitals, all of a sudden overnight, you are talking about spirit of democratic. Is there any spirit of democracy in the zoo, Nigeria, created by Britain? Is there any spirit of democracy in that zoo, I ask you? I will continue to read the jargon they wrote. The Inspector General of Police, IGP, M.A. Adamu, MPM, MNI, whatever that garbage means, has today, 11th of October 2020, dissolved the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, SARS, across the 36 states, across the 36 state police commands and the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, where they hitherto existed. The IGP, while noting that the dissolution of SARS is a response to the yearnings of the Nigerian people, observes that by this dissolution, all officers and men of the now defunct Special Anti-Robbery Squad are being redeployed with immediate effect. In other words, from tomorrow morning, wherever you see SARS, you can stone them. Anybody wearing SARS uniform from tomorrow is a criminal. Anybody wearing SARS t-shirt from tomorrow should be hounded and taken down because they no longer exist, according to this very press statement. But tomorrow you see them on the streets. And I want people to be very vigilant. Tomorrow you will see them again on the streets. The same people that they claim that they have banned. They said that they have listened to, of course, they are afraid of visa ban. That is the same reason why they have now said they have banned it. But while they claim they are banning it, this is to tell you one thing about Nigeria. Maybe Obama didn't quite know this about the zoo that he was defending, or something that the British cleverly put in place to cage your reasoning capacity. Arewa Youth Consultative Forum, I don't want to mention this bunch of, these are beggars doing Babiala on the street. They went through nomadic education, quota education. How they managed to leave secondary school is a mystery. How they managed to graduate is left for your imagination. These are a bunch of filthy, smelling, dirty pigs working with Owazirike, Arewa Youth, under one Nigeria. You know what they said? They said that the 19 northern states are against the End SARS campaign. We only call for reform and reorganization of SARS. That is how they have been from day one. Why are they against the end of SARS? Because they are the ones controlling it, because they want to depopulate the South. I asked them a simple question. Can you show me where SARS killed a Fulani boy, a young enterprising Fulani boy before in the North? The answer is no. All the killings are being done in the South. That is where they do all the killings. That is where they do all the killings. Do you see, this is the same one Nigeria that Obama wants IPOB to abandon the agitation for Biafra and to embrace one Nigeria. The task of keeping Nigeria one is for everybody to perform. We must keep Nigeria one. In that same Nigeria, whereas people are complaining everywhere, Middle Belt and the South, that even foreign missions have recognized the destructiveness, the wickedness, the impunity, the brutality of SARS. There are some people calling themselves Nigerians that want SARS to continue to kill their fellow citizens. These are the people telling you about one Nigeria. I hope you understand what I'm saying. The hypocrisy of the place stinks to high heavens and backwards. These are the things you must understand. These are the things that we are preaching against on a daily basis. These are the things that you must understand. That is something I want posted on my page. Of course, that's why they are suppressing it. They will keep doing it. That is their business. We are spreading it. And the whole world, if their suppression is working, why are they still doing it? Every time. Because they know that we have over 60 million people that pay very close attention to anything that we have to say. I will also prove that again to you tonight. There is a headline that I want posted by BBC of all people, BBC News in Pidgin. On 21st of January 2019, only last year, 2019, 21st of January 2019, let me tell you what they said. Let me tell you what BBC reported. Acting IGP Adamu don't disband the Federal Special Anti-Robbery Squad and others with immediate effect. By this time, I wouldn't say this time, January of last year, 21st of January to be precise, BBC News reported that the same man today that issued this same statement saying that he has banned the SARS, disbanded the SARS last year. Please put it on my page that the world may see. Oh, dear me, Zoological Republic, the zoo. See, this is one thing about black people. They love to lie and deceive themselves. They know the truth, but they prefer the lies. I want to ask them, this same SARS you're disbanding today, what happened to the disbandment you did last year, 21st of January to be precise? Please put it on my page that the world may see it, that there is something wrong with the brain of a black man. They love to deceive themselves. They love to deceive themselves, and they will pay the price for it. They will. My happiness today is that a lot of people have now seen through this very charade and can now see the truth. The reason why British High Commissioner Katrina Lang, the reason why she rushed to tweet about end SARS now, is to try to see, because if you people end SARS now, they will say, okay, can't you see that the will of the people have prevailed? Watch Zoo newspapers from tomorrow. They will tell you, oh, that for once, the will of the people have prevailed. Now the people can now shape the democracy. The same old lies, the same old tricks. The reason why they did it, the reason why the British High Commissioner to Nigeria, the reason why that devilish woman tweeted about end SARS now is to take away the attention from the agitation for separation happening now across the Middle Belt and the South. Because people can now cut through the charade of the zoo. People can now see their lies for what it is. For very many years, the Fulanese have been counting on Yoruba docility. They have been counting on Yoruba, following them sheepishly, counting on the Yoruba Muslim population to always do their bidding, to convince their Christian brothers and sisters to join them in this gang up against Biafra. But by the very special grace of the Most High, Elohim, this very day, the eyes of the people have now opened. Oduduwa Republic, Gani Adams backs Nigeria's breakup and gives reasons by Obong Express. That's where I got it from. Nobody can accuse them of being part of IPOB, of being part of... This is the news that it is in the zoo. And I'll read it for you. Because people who don't know how far we have come, this was the reason why the pig in the creek here was talking rubbish. Because when they were having meetings, when the pig and his clique, they set up by Fulani Janjaweed, of course they set them up. When they were having meetings with Yoruba people and Middle Belt, they were talking about one Nigeria. Now that we are having meetings with these people, they are talking about separation. So they had to come out to speak. They had to come to say something. They must have been, and to back it up, they gave Loretta Noche 650-something million to try and distribute to the idiots who are serving her cause. Now listen. The area on Akakamfo of Yoruba land, Bagani Adams, has revealed how the Southwest can separate from Nigeria without bloodshed. The Yoruba leader said it was possible for Oduduwa Republic to be actualized without war. Adams said for Nigeria to remain as a unit, President Buhari must not ignore renewed Yusuf Mohammed Abubakar. Yusuf Mohammed Abubakar must not ignore renewed calls for restructuring. He noted that the call for Oduduwa Republic became necessary as Nigeria's state was failing. These are the heavyweights in Yoruba land. For once, they are now talking about separation and being on their own. It has never happened before. And that is the reason why British High Commissioner to Nigeria she was fighting very hard to see the End SARS campaign work. So they can come back to me and say, oh, can't you see, if you all get together and protest and demand for good governance, you will have it in Nigeria. That's what they're trying to do. But you need to have common sense to understand that. You need to go back to their antecedents. Go back to the way they used to behave in the past to understand what their stratagem is, to understand what their overall game plan is. And this very evening, having started with what the pastor said, having come down and analyzed the fact that Nigerians are now protesting, the same people that said kill IPOB for protesting, that protest is not good, the same bunch of idiots that said you're risking your lives protesting are today talking about how joyful it is to protest and to get results as a result of that very protest that you have embarked upon. Can't you see that we're winning everywhere? All this sound education people are receiving on this very glorious platform is now paying dividend. Can't you see it? That everywhere we are winning. And I want to tell you something that actually astonished me. I don't know. I kept asking people, are you sure this is true? They said, yes, it is true, because this very press release came from a very reliable source. This very broadcast this evening is to let our people understand that only IPOB can save you. Because eventually, no matter what you say, regardless of how much you grumble, regardless of how much it doesn't matter, your greed, your envious nature, that jealousy that is eating your darkened, black, idiotic soul can never prevail. The truth will always prevail. And here we speak the truth always. It doesn't matter how idiotic you are. Do you know that today, yesterday I got this very press release, and I'll read it for you. To understand the work that IPOB is doing, for people to understand the work that Radio Biafra is doing, the sensitization, the awareness we are creating cannot be quantified in monetary terms. You cannot put any price to it. It is priceless. For the first time, the Yorubas are coming out to ask for separation. Because you can't come into contact with IPOB and your life will be the same. It's not possible. You will change. And that is what is happening. Pastors are now coming in contact with us, and their preaching is now beginning to change. Zoo animals have learned something from us. Now they are protesting. The same thing they were against, they are now coming out on the street to protest against the same government that we've been telling them for years is bad for them. And yesterday evening, I received this very press statement. I will read it for you. Igbos, listen carefully. Igbos in the South and Middle Belt reclaim their Igbo-ness. Vow not to hide their identities again as the Ikwere group blacklists the strange the rumor land, the rumu krushu, rumu this and rumu that, and the why, and other prefixes and suffixes in their names and names of their streets. Igbo People's Congress PC areas. This is what I have been preaching from day one. I said that this is my gripe, one of them, against Ohaneze. I said to Ohaneze that they were behaving like a bunch of idiots being controlled from Sokoto. People said, why? Why do you insult them? I'm not insulting them. I'm telling them the truth. You cannot claim to be Ohaneze and Igbo. There are Igbo people that they have given to Fulani in the north, in Benue State. There are Igbo people in Anioma, in Edo State, that every time is the southeast. The five states. Whereas there are Igbo people in Cross River State, Igbo people in Akwa Ibom State. Of course, we are all one Biafran people and one Igbo people, of course, I know that. But those who speak the language, who identify themselves to be Igbo, there is an organization that claims that they represent them. And I was asking them for very many years. We kept preaching. We kept spreading our relay stations in all these places. And given that our people are highly intelligent, of course, they are very intelligent people. These are Biafran people, ancient people. They have reasoned. And now they have issued a press statement to say all that rubbish, rumu this, rumu that, rumu Igbo, rumu all that, garbage, complete nonsense. When I say it now, the pig in the creek won't understand what I'm saying. Who brought the ROY and all that nonsense? It was Okiro, wasn't it? Then that's his name. The MPN governor of River State. That confessed to me before he died. He confessed to me in his house in Stratford in London that was the greatest mistake of his life. Adding all this arrow, Rumu this, Oyibo, Opibo is now Oyibo. Can you imagine such garbage, such utter nonsense? By people who cannot reason very well. Because they were convinced by Fulani. The same Fulani today is taking our oil in Biafra land, including the same Izon land. They take their oil and go, whereas all gold in Zamfara belongs to Zamfara people, but the oil in Bayelsa State belongs to Jigawa. In broad daylight, people can see all of this nonsense. And they're not doing anything about it. Absolutely nothing about it. Very, very sad indeed. Now listen, I want our people to pay very close. People wonder, what have you done? What has FPOV done? This radio of hey, idiot, listen carefully to what I'm saying. The whole world is listening and they'll be wondering why I'm referring to some people as idiot. Because black people don't reason. They don't reason. Now listen carefully. For those of you who are wondering, now listen to what IPOB has done. Listen to what Radio Biafra has accomplished. The Igbo people in the south and middle belt of Nigeria have vowed to reclaim their Igbo heritage and ancestry after some of them denied this. After some of them were denied this for years, especially after the Civil War. Now listen, the various Igbo groups and subgroups in rivers, in Bayelsa, in Delta, in Akwa Ibom, in Cross River, in Edo, in Kogi, and in Benue. For very many years, when they draw the map, they say, oh, the agitating for Biafra is Vanguard especially. You will see Vanguard with a map of Nigeria with one small green dot. They will say it's Biafra or Southeast. And I look at them and I laugh. If we had given up all these years, do you think that Igbo people in rivers, in Bayelsa, in Delta, in Akwa Ibom, in Cross River, in Edo, in Kogi and Benue would have risen up under the aegis of Igbo Renaissance to say that they regret that the identity was denied from them for the past 50 years? That is the power of consistency. We are all Biafrans, yes. But I kept asking Ohaneze, is it? Go back to my broadcast of 4 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, too. I kept hammering on this very issue. You cannot claim to be Ohaneze Ndigbo when you, out of cowardice and idiocy and stupidity and wretchedness of the spirit, you allow your people who are in Cross River, in Akwa Ibom, these people are stupid, they're very useless. Little did we know that the people that we are preaching to, that they are listening. They are listening. An idiot will stand up and say, I'm not Igbo, I'm Ikere, I'm Anioma, I'm not Igbo. Out of the abundance of stupidity, we brought out their idiocy and showed it to them. They can now see it all the way to Igodo. The key that opens the key, that the world may know that we know the truth. Britain can deceive Fulani and use them against their fellow blacks because they are naturally stupid. That is their business. They were deceiving Yoruba people for many years, deceiving them. Igbo man is your problem. They went to Middle Belt. Igbo man is your problem. Biafra is your problem. To keep Nigeria one. They have kept Nigeria one and SARS are killing you. Now you're protesting. Do you see the work we are doing? Money cannot buy it. People have now risen up everywhere. All those nonsensical names, Rumu Igbo, Rumu Okrushi, Rumu Okoro, Rumu, all this rubbish, Oyibo, garbage, Obibo, Umu Igbo. That is what is driving me insane. That is what is driving me mad. That drives me. I hate people don't understand how much I hate Nigeria. People don't understand how much I don't hate Britain. Of course, I love it. I'm an Anglophile myself. But I hate what idiots in foreign and Commonwealth office did to the psyche of the people. When I say that black people are foolish, these are the reasons that I have. In Igbocha, there are people called Umu Igbo in Igbocha. An idiot is telling me that these people are from Niger Delta. For the life of me, I can't understand it. Umu Igbo, children of Igbo people, inside River State, Igbocha. Somebody out of wickedness, somebody out of unbridled hatred decided to add R in front. So when you say Umu Igbo, you won't know what it means. But if you say Umu Igbo, when you say I am from Umu Igbo, but I'm not Igbo, I'm from Rivers, anybody look at it, they will slap you and say your madness needs to be cured. Do you see what they did to us? The man who was responsible for adding this R to Rumu Igbo, Rumu Krushu, Rumu this, Rumu that, is an Ezon man from Ejo. He was deceived to fight his own people. But in front of me, he confessed in England. He owned the house in Stratford. That day, he gave us £120. I'll never forget. I went there with Ibazu. Sorry, with Ikazo, not Ibazu, God forbid. With Ikazo. He was a retired London police officer. I went there with him. The year was 1997. I will never forget. Melford, that's his name, Melford Okilo, the MPN governor of River State. Those who were against Biafra, those who changed our names. There's somebody who says, I am from a village called Umu Igbo, children of Igbo people, but I'm not Igbo, I'm Niger Delta. Hi, God forbid. And you want Nnamdi Kanu to tolerate such nonsense because of political correctness? I think you are mad. You are insane. I cannot put up with such fallacy. It can never be done, not in our time. Chukwu Kikabiama mandated us to speak the truth always, regardless of the consequences. It must be preached, and that's what we do on this very platform. And it is yielding results, of course. People should stop complaining like little children. Go and download IPOB Community Radio. Stop complaining like little kids. Go and download IPOB Community Radio. It's as simple as that. And listen to what we are preaching. Forget stupid Facebook. The same way, one day Facebook will realize what they've done to themselves. Those of them working for Facebook in the zoo, one day they will realize it. The same way that today that zoo animals have woken up to realize that protest is very good. We must go out to protest if we want to end SARS. And they claim they have ended SARS, of course, for the 6th time in 6 years. Let us watch and see what is going to happen. All the idiots who were responsible for the Urumu this, Urumu that, have you seen it's all in vain. All it took was for truth to come and shine a light on all the lies, and all the lies disappeared. If they tell you before there are Igbo people in Cross River State, will you believe it? They say, you're trying to grab our land. There are Igbo people in Akwa Ibom. There are Igbo people in Benue. But they deliberately crushed us into a very tiny space and told Ohanese, make sure you don't talk, make sure you don't. That was why they brought Operation Python Dance, to stop us from speaking the truth. Today, that very truth, are they coming to apologize to us? No, they won't. To come to us to apologize, to say, we are very sorry. Everything Nnamdi Kanu has been preaching has been the truth from day one. It is here in black and white. These are the Igbo people who are not in the southeast. They say when you see Britain, we say, oh, those Igbos in the southeast. It's southeast. Biafra, the people that want Biafra is southeast. People, they know the truth. That is what is driving me mad. That is why I hate Nigeria. People know the truth. They know the truth morning, noon, and night, but they prefer to believe the lies. Is it Godomigodo not Igbo land? Is Benin not Igbo land? I'm asking. What is the meaning of the name Igodomigodo? Which other people have the same name? What do you call key? We are the only ones that call it Igodo. And the only people. The key that opens the key. Is that in dispute? Is somebody telling me that those from Eshan Ubiaja, they're not Igbo people? Is that what you're telling me? Are you telling me that Egbanke is not Igbo people? But people come and they want to lie to themselves. Because as the pastor said, as the preacher said when we started, when colonialism came, the white man came with a plan to colonize you forever and ever. You are to be their slave. That is why anybody who tries to tamper with anything the white man created, like the zoo called Nigeria, they say you're a secessionist. But I want to ask them a question tonight. What do you call somebody who came and amalgamated different people together? What do you call that person? He's a joinist. So look at this, a joinist. We are seceding from what a white man made. Do you see how they have trained you to reason and to think? Like a fool. They trained you to behave like an animal, not to be able to reason. Ask yourself this question. Before Nigeria existed, did Biafra exist? The answer is yes. Did Oduduwa exist? The answer is yes. So what is your problem? Why was it not a crime to join people together, but it is a crime for people to go their separate ways? If it is a crime for people to go their separate ways, why is Scotland agitating to be free from England? If it is a crime to be free, why was it that Britain left European Union? I want black people to reason, if at all they can. If a white man can say, I don't like EU, I want to leave, the same white man or white woman in the case of Catriona Lang is now telling you in Nigeria, you cannot leave Nigeria, but they left the EU. Who is fooling who? I ask you. Do you see why they are playing with your brain? Do you see why you are a black animal? Do you see why blacks are wretched and useless and poor? Why there is no electricity? Do you see why you don't have good roads? Because of the way you reason. Ask yourself, ask the British representative Catriona Lang in Abuja, ask her, Madam High Commissioner, why was it that Britain left the EU? Why are you not in the EU? In the EU, you are the same people, Anglo-Saxon, because some of you are from Germany, some of you are from Normandy in France. You all practice democracy. You are all even Christians. Why did Britain leave the EU if being in one big, huge market is very good? The same people that left the EU is telling you not to leave Nigeria that is killing you. I can't. So I asked God in heaven, is there any other way I need to explain this for people to begin to understand how foolish they are? I want to ask those that believe in one Nigeria, including Britain. Britain, if being in a very large family is very good, big country, big people, big market, Britain, why did you leave the EU? I want to prove to Britain that you have a lot in common with Germany, with France, more than I have in common with a Fulani person. In France, they are Christians. In Germany, they are Christians. They believe in democracy. They believe in power belonging to the people. They are mostly republics. Yes? So you have a lot in common with all of them. But I don't have anything in common with a Fulani person. Fulani doesn't believe in democracy. They believe in feudalism. They don't believe in the religion that I believe in. But all of you in Europe, you're all Christians. Yet Britain cannot be in EU. But you that have a lot in common, you cannot be together. We that are dying every blessed day. as a result of our deep fault lines and differences, you want us to be together. That is what I'm asking black people. Do you see how foolish you are? Black Nigerians, do you see how idiotic you are? So what is good for Britain is not good for you because they are white. And you're a black monkey in Africa. You are a black monkey in Africa. You cannot reason very well. Now, let me explain something to you that people don't understand. People may wonder why I keep going back to this all the time. Because I want people to understand the very important work that we are doing. We are going to respect every nationality. In Biafra land, every nationality will be free. I've said it time and time. We are going to go back to the way we were before Lugard came. Everybody's going to be free. And the people say, you are being so harsh on Ohanese. I want to let you understand why I believe that the Igbos never had any leadership until we came. Why Ohanese has been useless for very many years. I said idiotically useless. And they are busy grooming another set of idiots. We'll get hold of them. You can issue statements and hide and run away. We'll find all of you one day. Now listen. In River State, there is Ebema. Ebema is also in Imo State. A Hausa woman, not Hausa, Fulani woman came and divided them into two and said, so you Ebema, yes, but from today you're Niger Delta. You Ebema, from today you are Igbo, you are Southeast. And we accepted it. Like the bunch of fools that we are. That was why I made the allegation that Ohanese Ndigo was formed to rubber stamp the draconian rules and laws of Fulani Janjaweed in our land. Because if I were to be the Ohanese President General, I cannot accept that Ebema is Niger Delta. That is rubbish. Pure rubbish. Rubbish in the morning, rubbish in the afternoon, rubbish in the evening. But they accepted it. Eche is in Rivers. Omoma, the same Omoma you have in Mbise is in River State. Equally, of course, our people that Ekpeye is there, Obi-Igbo is there, Opopo is Igbo, Opopo. They said they're landlocked. Who told you that rubbish? Oba. Oba is pronounced Oba. It's in River State. In Edo State, you have a bank, you have a Bakri. Even Archbishop Benson Idahosa, somebody wrote this for me, and his wife, Igbo died from a banke. You see, Archbishop Idahosa, Benson Idahosa, he's an Igbo man. He's from a banke in Uhonde, local government area of Edo State, and was formerly in Uhio local government area. The man that caused this problem is Samuel Ubemudia. Ubemudia's mother is from a banke, which is Igbo Akare today. Most indigenous of this town, just like Eka people, bear hybrid names that most often could just pass as a don't. It's only an Igbo man that prefers to hide himself. They love it. It's only an Igbo man, not Hausa, not Fulani, not Yoruba. Only an Igbo man will proudly say, I am not Igbo. And when I see such people, I just want to cut off their head. I'm telling you. You don't know how much I hate those people. You have no idea. I tell them, I hate you and I despise you because your stupidity is incurable. They answer names like Ntoka Irabo. You don't know where he's from. Jim of Ovia. You don't know where he's from. Or Morege Wanwane. You don't know where he's from. People hiding from themselves. The Fulani and Britain made them ashamed of who they are. That they had to hide. That one is that the demon of harlotry entered inside that one. That one is a natural born prostitute and was selling prostitutes in Italy. Confused bunch of idiots. Confused to the core. Collins Edumaruse. Nobody knows who is who. Then we come to Delta State. Eka, Ndokwa, Ukwane, Aniocha, Oshimili. All Igbo people. But if you go there, I'm not Igbo. I can't. The only people in the whole world. I have done my research. The only people in the whole world to deny who they are Igbo people. No other person has done. No other group, only Igbo. Very foolish. In Bayelsa State, we have the Osekwenike, you know that very, very much. Abueto, and the Opokri villages, all in Sabama area of Bayelsa State. And from Igbo of Ukwan stock. And as such, the Anyoma Igbo clan of Igbo ethnic group in Bayelsa State, there are Igbo people there. People talking rubbish everywhere, talking nonsense. Pouring spit on the pouring saliva on the screen, talking rubbish. Bunch of idiots everywhere. Here we preach the truth, the gospel from heaven given to us to preach. And I'm letting people that drew the map of the zoo, I'm letting Vanguard know that any day they publish that stupid map with that tiny green dot saying this is southeast, every of their vendor, every of their newspaper in Biafra land will be destroyed that same day, and they will not get any penny for it. They are mad. Look at people deceiving themselves in broad daylight. In Cross River State, you have the Sebo people. Laili Moke, the former Cross River State governor, and the wife are Igbo people from Abi local government area of Cross River State. They speak Igbo. I want Janjaweed to understand. Forget all your gerrymandering of our borders, messing us up over the years, thinking that you will have Ohanese throughout, rubber stamping your stupidity and ineptitude on our people. They didn't know we were going to come. They never knew we were going to come. They never knew that. But we have come. And heaven is bearing us witness. You see how we are winning? When we went into this, but it's too difficult. You can't go leave it. When you finish, just use only Southeast. I said, no, it is a lie. There are Igbo people in Benue State. The Igbos in Benue State, particularly those in Ado, Oju, Obi, or Okulo government areas of the state, were in existence before even Christianity came to the zoological republic. Igbos are found in Benue in Umweze Okoha, Oriuzo, Umwagara, Ameka, and Ama Ezekwe, all in Eza communities, Izi, Ezambo, Efim. These are people who could have been in present-day Ebonyi State, but today, these are the people that want us to vote for them to be president, Igbo presidency. When under their watch, our land was carved into pieces. Our territory reduced by 50% of what it was before. In fact, by 60%. The present-day Southeast is only 40% of Igbo landmass. And they accepted it. And these are the idiots who are coming to campaign to be president. Oh, dear me. Oh, dear me. Apart from the Ezra-speaking clan, particularly the people of Umwezekoha, there are over 300 villages. If you are to calculate the number of Igbo-speaking villages in Benue State, outside Umwezekoha, you will be talking about 600 villages in Benue. 3 of the biggest markets in Benue are all in the Igbo-speaking part. The markets are Inikiri, Echara, Ida, Iduope. These are some of the Igbo-speaking Idoma towns in Benue State. So when I say we are all one people, people don't believe me. If you want to know that we are all Igbo people, the entire Biafra land is Igbo. Forget all this nonsensical garbage of Niger Delta rubbish. Igbo. If not, why is it that you have Igbo in everywhere? In a bank there is Igbo in it. In Idoma there is Igbo in it. In Igala there is Igbo in it. Go and check everywhere. Go and check. You know that God has a way, Chukwu has a way of telling you who your brothers are in a very funny way. Who says that? How about the Igala people? I've said this thing before. Igala people living in Obosi. How about the traditional title in Obosi called the Ata of Obosi? You've not heard about it before? These are the people who descended from Igala people. That we are one. But every day, Janjaweed, the Fulani will be pumping rubbish into your brain. You'll be accepting it. The same way that Britain cleverly trained you not to reason. They only trained you to remember, to cram. That is why when you go to exams, you regurgitate the crap you have crammed. And that way you can pass. You are not allowed to be innovative. You are not allowed to think. In Kogi State, there are Igbo people there as well. If you doubt me, go to Ibaji, Egalamela, Udolu local government areas. Eke Avurugo is there. Eke Avurugo in Kogi State. Because I will come later on to what that idiot said, called Garaba Shehu. He was asked in an interview by a foreign journalist. They asked him, he said, oh, do you know what they did? They even included states that are outside the southeast. Can you believe